The 2012 CAA conference football season is officially underway. With Andy Mashaw, I'm Ted Alexander. You see this? This is the Old Dominion record book. Forget about it, because this team's racking up yards, scores, and numbers like we've never seen in our lives.
We'll put it this way to you. Andy Vallis, the New Hampshire quarterback, had 336 yards and 5 touchdowns. Their running back, Nico Soretti, had 201 yards, 2 touchdowns. They put up 725 yards of total offense and lost.
64-61, Old Dominion defeats number 18 New Hampshire. We're just going to start rolling highlights for you because we got like 3.5 miles of them. And to get to the highlights of this thing, you just have to start. Let's start with Taylor Heineke. He threw the ball 79 times.
The 79 times is crazy. What's even more crazy is he almost had 70% completions on that. That's just not even thinkable. 730 yards, 5 touchdowns in the year. He also led him in rushing, by the way. 65 yards and another touchdown on the ground.
When you think about this Monarch team, they fell behind. They fumbled the opening kickoff. New Hampshire goes and scores, so it's yeesh. We're off to a horrible start at home. They trailed big at the half, and then New Hampshire comes out and scores on their first possession of the third quarter, and you're thinking, it's been a nice day, let's all go home. Monarchs didn't think that.
That was a grinding drive New Hampshire started out with. Those big running backs they have just pounded over the defenders, and you think, oh man, just sucked all the momentum out of here. And then Heineke throws one over the middle to Jaquale Bailey. This is sort of the play that kind of turned it. He makes that catch for a 32-yard touchdown, but he goes over one defender, spins out of a couple other tackles, and with that extra effort gets into the end zone. That is the kind of play that fires up the sideline, that gets the crowd going, that builds some momentum. And it slowly started to turn from there.
And it's proof that the Monarchs have so many weapons. It's like having Batman's weapon belt with all these little things they can grab here and here. When you think you've got this one covered, you go to the other one, and it's incredible. Take a look at some of the numbers receiving for Old Dominion.
Yeah, the other numbers. Antonio Vaughn had 12 catches for 143 yards and 1 touchdown. And came in second place by more than 100 yards to Nick Mayers, who had 12 catches for 271 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, last week we were saying this is video game numbers against Campbell when they put up 70 points. This goes beyond that. I don't even know what you call this. You have to reprogram the game to get these numbers.
Again, we've got a score sheet here, and they ran out of room on the score sheet. And this thing's like single space, like a half spaced. So an incredible day, and Monarchs Nation comes alive, and the crowd really played a role helping the defense make some key stops down the stretch.
Oh yeah, they did. This defense was beat up all day long. When you give up 61 points, something has gone badly wrong with your defense. Not all of it was on them, a couple of bad plays on special teams, but when they had to have it, in that fourth quarter, they outscored this team 26-7 in the fourth quarter. Defense came alive, gave up 7 points, and that was it, and that's what did it.
And with the Simmons INT at the buzzer, the Monarchs could seal the deal. They're 4-0 after a 64-61 victory. And Andy, this is a huge statement for the rest of the CAA. It's a huge statement to all of us who have to say, this team's never out of it. Always keep hopes high, because they're always going to keep trying, and when you keep trying, you can hang in there. Also, if you're Nick Mayers and you make a bad play on the punt and they fumble it, you keep on plugging. You never know when good things are going to happen. They did for Mayers.
Yeah, it's just incredible. The numbers all up and down here. He had 9 or 11 different receivers. Jaquale Bailey had 89 yards and a touchdown. That's a good game. He got dwarfed by everybody else. Not all happy, though. I mean, you give up 61 points. Obviously, some things need to be worked on. 12 penalties for 103 yards. That has got to stop. A couple of times drives were extended. Some of those points there are from those penalties. Drives getting extended. You had fumbles on special teams play. So there is some things that need to be worked on. But be happy, man, because like you said, I don't think you can put enough points on the board to keep this team out of it.
Put any more points on that board back there, it's going to blow out. Just bulbs are blasting, iPods are burning, and all this other stuff. Monarchs win over New Hampshire. Number 5 Old Dominion over number 18 New Hampshire. A key win in the CAA, 64-61. What's next? Can't wait to find out. For Andy Mashaw, I'm Ted Alexander for Monarch Media.